Today we are discussing in fundamental rights a very important article, that is Article 32. Article 32 is called the constitutional remedies. We have remedies in this article. So what is much important about this article is this article, that is Article 32, guarantees the fundamental rights. If any state action is against the fundamental rights, or the state action, if the action of the state or any such action violates fundamental rights, an aggrieved person can reach court. So the person who has got violated his fundamental rights can approach court under this article, that is Article 32. That is why we call this article as fundamental to all fundamental rights. There was a lot of debate in Constituent Assembly on this article, because when we give fundamental rights, when all the citizens have fundamental rights, it is also should make sure that all these fundamental rights are protected by the judiciary. So when we say we have fundamental rights and that are enforceable in court, we understand that any such fundamental rights, if gets violated, could be rectified by the court, or such action of the state should be declared null and void. So fundamental rights under Article 32. So we are discussing right to constitutional remedies. So we also have a right for the remedies. So the Constitution has given us the right to constitutional remedies. So here Article 32 gives power to Supreme Court to issue certain writs to various organizations, public authorities or private persons to make sure that the fundamental rights are restored. Any aggrieved person can approach Supreme Court under original jurisdiction and also various high courts for their restoration of fundamental rights. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said that this article, that is Article 32, an article without which this constitution would be nullity. So without Article 32, whatever fundamental rights we have or whatever provisions we have been provided by the Constitution would be a nullity. Such a large significance has been attached to Article 32. This article is heart and soul of the Constitution. So very important article. ఈ ఆర్టికల్ మన మొత్తం కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్లో ఒక ఆత్మ, ఒక హృదయం లాంటిది. సో చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఈ ఆర్టికల్ 32 అనేది. మనము ఏ ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్స్ అయినా ఒకవేళ వైలేట్ అవుతే ఈ ఆర్టికల్ ప్రకారము మనం సుప్రీం కోర్ట్ కానీ లేదంటే ఆర్టికల్ 226 ద్వారా హైకోర్ట్స్కి కానీ అప్రోచ్ అవ్వచ్చు. సో ఆర్టికల్ 32 gives us right to constitutional remedies. That is the reason why we call it as a heart and soul of the Constitution. So what are the provisions we have under this article? Importantly, we need to know. Importantly, we have 4 provisions. One, how we can approach Supreme Court or various high courts. Once we approach court, what are the tools with the court with which the court could restore the fundamental rights? So right to move the Supreme Court by appropriate proceedings for the enforcement of fundamental rights. So under Article 32, we can move Supreme Court for appropriate proceedings. So whenever we feel that our fundamental rights has been encroached, we can directly move Supreme Court under Article 32, and that particular court will issue notices or issue writs to those agencies, be it state, a department or any such agency, so that it could enforce the fundamental rights by declaring the state's action as null and void. So what are the tools we have? What are the tools the Supreme Court or various high courts have to restore or to enforce the fundamental rights? So we have writs. Writs are the tools used to enforce fundamental rights. We can call writs as a tool which is having with Supreme Court or High Court to ensure that whatever fundamental rights has been encroached or violated need to be enforced. So writ, we have brought this from English, that is England. We call them as prerogative writs. So these are the prerogative writs or fountain of rights. So we have these writs: habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari and quo warranto. These are the types of writs we have with Supreme Court and High Courts to enforce the fundamental rights. So these are the Latin names. We will be going in detail. So other provision of the Constitution, it is not only the Supreme Court and High Court which could issue writs, but Parliament has a sovereign authority. Parliament has the superpower so that it could ensure or it could empower other courts also to issue these writs or directions. Now, up till now, we have only Supreme Court and other high courts. Those are empowered to issue writs, but the Parliament has the power. It may be a question in competitive examinations: who is a designate authority or who is a supreme authority to empower other courts to issue writs? It is not Supreme Court, it is not President, it is not state assemblies, it is Parliament that could empower other courts. When we say other courts, it is excluding Supreme Court and High Courts, because the power to issue writs are already given under the Constitution by Article 32 for Supreme Court and by Article 226 for High Courts. So we already have that Supreme Court could issue writs, High Court could issue writs, but Parliament can empower other courts also. When we say other courts, other than Supreme Court and High Courts, be it district courts, be it metropolitan courts or such other courts, now they do not have power to issue writs, but Parliament can empower such courts to issue writs. ఇప్పుడు ఉన్న పరిస్థితిలో ప్రస్తుతానికి సుప్రీం కోర్ట్ మరియు హై కోర్ట్స్కి మాత్రమే ఈ రిట్స్ ఇష్యూ చేసే పవర్ ఉంది. కానీ పార్లమెంట్ వేరే ఇతర కోర్ట్స్కి పవర్ ఇవ్వవచ్చు. సో అదర్ కోర్ట్స్ కెన్ ఆల్సో బి ఎంపవర్డ్ టు ఇష్యూ సచ్ రిట్స్. So we have already conferred on High Court under Article 226. This is mentioned in the Constitution. One more provision regarding Article 32 is the Constitution says that under emergency conditions, that is under national emergency, President can suspend to the right to move any court. So this is an exception. President can suspend the right to move court for the enforcement of fundamental rights when the state is under emergency, that is when national emergency is imposed under Article 352, President can order that no aggrieved person could move the court. That is an exception thing. So, importance of writs. What are writ? It is a weapon in the hands of Supreme Court and various high courts to enforce fundamental rights. See, why we need to enforce? Because when the state's action or any such policy, any such law which abridges, which takes away the fundamental right of any person, then that aggrieved person can move Supreme Court, and Supreme Court will quash or will declare such policies or such laws enacted by the Parliament or other legislative assemblies as void and null. పార్లమెంట్లో పాస్ అయ్యే ఏ చట్టమైనా ఏ పాలసీ అయినా ఒకవేళ ఒక పర్సన్ యొక్క ప్రాథమిక హక్కుల్ని హరిస్తే అది సుప్రీం కోర్టులో ఆ పిటిషన్ దాఖలు చేస్తే అలాంటి లా అది నల్ అని డిక్లేర్ చేయొచ్చు. సో అది ఇల్లీగల్, దట్ ఈస్ అన్కాన్స్టిట్యూషనల్ అని డిక్లేర్ చేసే పవర్ సుప్రీంకోర్టుకి మరియు హైకోర్టుకి ఉంది. సో రిట్ అనేది ఒక వెపన్ సుప్రీం కోర్ట్ దగ్గర హైకోర్టు దగ్గర ఉంటుంది. సో దే ఇష్యూ దీస్ రిట్స్ టు దోస్ ఏజెన్సీస్ who have encroached into the fundamental rights from their policies, or because some policy of state government or central government which encroaches or which abridges the fundamental rights of a person or a citizen, then such policy or such law can be declared as unlawful. So fundamental rights and constitutional matters. So this power is given by the Constitution under Article 32 and under Article 226. So as I said, the system of writs are borrowed from English law. England, from UK we have borrowed this system of writs. We call them as prerogative writs. So these are held very important and hence they are called fountain of justice. Just imagine if we didn't had Article 32 as our fundamental right. All the rights enshrined in the Constitution in Part 3, that is fundamental rights, right from right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right for freedom of religion, right of educational institutions, all these rights could not be enforced. So when we say Part 3 of the Constitution, that is fundamental rights are enforceable or they are justiciable. That means if any right is violated by the state, such law should be declared as unconstitutional by the Constitution. So every citizen has the right to approach or to move Supreme Court if they feel that their rights has been breached. So that is the beauty of Article 32. When we say fundamental rights, the entire fundamental rights rests on Article 32. ఒక్కవేళ ఆర్టికల్ 32 లేకుండా ఉండి ఉంటే మనకు ఇచ్చిన ఈ ప్రాథమిక హక్కులు అన్నిటినీ అది వృధాగా ఉండేవి, బికాజ్ అవి ఎన్ఫోర్స్ చేయని పరిస్థితి. ఆర్టికల్ 32 గ్యారంటీస్ దట్ ఆల్ ద ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్స్ ఆర్ ఎన్ఫోర్స్డ్. సో దిస్ ఆల్సో becomes a deterrent to the parliament or to the state assemblies to bring such policies which are against the fundamental rights of a citizen. If any law framed by the parliament takes away the liberty of any citizen, so such law could be declared as unlawful under Article 32, because 32 guarantees the enforcement of fundamental rights. So writs are borrowed from English, as we said, and these are the fountain of justice. This upholds the preamble, because we have declared our preamble as the introduction to the Constitution, and we have many things in the preamble, like we declare ourselves as sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. We have justice, socio-economic, political justice, and all such things is only possible when the fundamental rights of a person are guaranteed by the highest law, that is highest authority. So we consider Supreme Court as the guardian of the Constitution. Supreme Court ensures that the state should function according to the Constitution. Constitution is the source of the power for all the three branches, be it legislature, executive or judiciary. But judiciary protects Constitution. It is the guardian of the Constitution, and any law which violates the constitutional thing, then Supreme Court or High Court will interfere. And Article 32 gives such power to the Supreme Court to use the weapon, to use the writs, to make sure that fundamental rights are enforced as mentioned in the Constitution. So, who will file writ petitions? Any aggrieved person or any person who thinks that his fundamental rights are got violated, or a person if thinks that his fundamental rights are breached by some state action, then such person could move the Supreme Court or High Courts. So we have various things. For example, in habeas corpus, anyone can file the writ petition in the court, not only that aggrieved person. Few other rights also there, we will be discussing that later. So writ petitions can be filed in High Court. This is under Article 226, and in Supreme Court under Article 32. So these writs can be issued by the concerned courts to such agencies or to such governments which pass the law or which has implemented the law. So there is a power of Supreme Court to admit the writ, to dispose it or give directions to the High Court. So we have a petition, special leave petition. Even this is also an important tool the judiciary has. So by this thing, the judiciary enforces or enables to protect the fundamental rights of the citizen. So these are the important kinds of writs we have. Habeas corpus. This is the Latin word habeas corpus. It means to bring the body. Corpus means body. So habeas corpus means to bring the body. We will get into the details. Mandamus. Mandamus means to command. Habeas corpus, to bring the body. Prohibition. Prohibition is we are prohibiting something. So prohibition means to prohibit, to forbid. Certiorari, to certify. Certiorari is to certify. Quo warranto, by what warrant? So we mainly have these 5 types of writs using in different circumstances for different uses. So for example, habeas corpus is a writ which could be issued to any public authority or private person. Same way, when we say prohibition, prohibition could be issued by a superior court to the inferior court. So here prohibition cannot be issued to other authorities. Even certiorari also such a writ which is issued by a higher judiciary to lower judiciary, that is a superior judiciary to inferior judiciary.